Hello there and welcome to another episode of Gotham Talk. We have reached the end of season 1, episode 22, final episode. It's called All Happy Families Are Alike. In this episode, we see the end of the gang war. Basically, Falcone, Maroni, the return of Fish Mooney and Penguin, all kind of battling it out to see who is going to remain top dog. Yeah, Maroni. He's dead. I've seen this episode before. I've mentioned a few times throughout these videos. I have seen season 1 before. I've not seen anything after season 1. But even this time around, it was a surprise. I forgot that happened, and I think that's because I know Maroni's kind of timeline in the comic books. I'm pretty sure, don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure Maroni is the one who was responsible, in the comic books at any rate, for throwing the acid, or hiring the person who throws the acid onto Harvey Dent, creating Two-Face. So yeah, to see Maroni go out at this stage is quite surprising. And plus, I really, really love David Zayas in the role. He's been one of the standouts for me. There've been many standouts in this series, but yeah, like when somebody quickly asks me to name the standouts, instantly I think of Alfred, I think of Gordon, I think of Bullock, definitely think of Bullock, but the two crime bosses as well. Maroni and Falcone, but particularly Maroni. I like his attitude. Now, as we've got to the end of this season, other characters have started to come to the fore, and I've started to like them. When at the beginning of the season, not so much. Like Fish Mooney here is great, I've got to say, in this episode. All those episodes she had when she was trapped on that island, and she just had to wear that awful robe and the crazy white turban, and it was just the worst wardrobe choice ever. I think I stated as an actress that probably was something she hated. So in this episode, it's like, man, they've just gone to town. It's like it's like she sat down with a costume artist and said, you know what, I've been in that crappy robe for a dozen episodes. Go wild. She's got this crazy shaved head thing with these studs in, and the coat looks really great. She has this really long spike thing on her nail. I love it. I love the design of Fish Mooney in this episode. I think, yeah, they've gone to town on her and she looks great. And Jada Pinkett Smith as well is really good in this episode. When she takes out Maroni, it is a really great moment, and again that's down to a lot of the way David Zayas plays it, the way he keeps on antagonising her, calling her babes. I really love that scene. Excellent scene. Yeah, Falcone decides to retire. Not sure I completely buy that, given again the comic book history of the character. I'd imagine he will come back at some point. And Penguin and Fish fighting it out to see who will become crime lord of Gotham. Penguin seemingly wins, but let's face it, there was no body. Fish Mooney ain't dead. She's coming back. Yeah. Penguin's moment when he stands on the ledge and he's screaming that he's the new crime lord of Gotham. It's a bit over the top, although it's something I've come to expect from that character, but I don't know who he's kidding. Nobody respects him, that's the thing, so I can't imagine him just waltzing back to the gangs and saying, hey boys, I'm the new leader. It's a tough one to crack, I think, if you're going to try and make me believe that that's going to happen. The other storyline in this, because it's like normally with these episodes you do get quite a lot going on, but it's mostly that gang war stuff for this. We've got two other storylines. One of them doesn't take up much screen time, and that is, well, they both don't take up that much screen time, to be honest, but the first one is Bruce and Alfred. Bruce is determined to find out what his dad's secret is, and he believes it must be in his dad's old study. So they basically tear the place apart looking for this secret. And just as about to give up hope, they pull that old cliche where somebody said something and then it sparks a thought in the other character that leads them to discovering what they were after. Not that keen on that moment, just because like I say, it is one of them cliches that gets used far too often. But the secret itself is one that sends shivers down my spine, I gotta say, in a good way. Gives me goosebumps, I should say. Just the way that the music comes on and the fireplace moves back, and then we see it's a cave. We hear bats, we hear the noise of bats, and it's like, I mean, we end the episode on that, and it's a brilliant cliffhanger. So yeah, that's a moment I loved. Alfred, it's great as always. He gets a few nice lines in it when he's talking to Bruce. And I love how he calls him Master B. So, and the other storyline, I forgot actually, there is another story, another one. But the other one I was thinking about is the story of Barbara. And she has some counselling with Dr. Tompkins. Tompkins kind of really pushes that she needs this counselling, but Barbara says she'll only have it if it's with her. And in that, we learn that she's the one who killed her parents, not the ogre, which is again something I completely forgot about. It just didn't even occur to me when I was watching it this time around, and like I say, I've seen it before. I'd completely forgot, but yeah, it makes sense, you know. And I don't think it comes completely out of the blue, because when you look back across this season at Barbara's behaviour, it does feel like, actually, you know what, this feels very planned. It feels like they knew where they were heading, because we had those scenes in the middle of the season with her parents when we really got to see just how damaged that relationship was, and how it made Barbara feel and kind of sent her off the rails. And it also explains a lot of the things we learn about her very early on in the series. You know, she had a drug problem, an addiction problem when she was with Montoya. She was very self-destructive person. You know, so all the signs were really there, and you know, like the ogre saw it. He saw that in her and brought it out of her. So yeah, I didn't think I'd like that idea, but actually it does make sense, and I like it. And it's good to see her go a bit nuts towards the end. I'll give credit to Erin Richards. I think I've probably been a bit hard on her at times during this season. But yeah, credit to her. I think she does a good job here. It's good to see her like go nuts at Tompkins, and it's nice to see the two of them fight it out at the end. Yeah, I don't know where they're going to take this character though. I know she is back in later seasons, so it'll be interesting to see what they do there. And the other final storyline is Nygma, of course. Now, the girl I can never remember the name of, Kringle, Miss Kringle. She has, you know, as I said in the last episode, Nygma just can't help himself. You know, when he leaves her this note and he puts his name in it, it's like it's that thing that gets him caught all the time in the comic books, because he just can't help himself. And sure enough, she's discovered it. She comes to him, she points it out, she said, "You wouldn't know anything about this, would you?" And it's a really great moment. We get this kind of moment in which Nygma is kind of hearing voices in his head. This is something I'd probably expect more from Two-Face rather than Edward Nygma, but it works, you know. The scene works, and just the way he freely admits to himself, you know, he calls himself stupid for leaving the clue, and it's like, why did you have to do it? And yeah, you know, it's basically what I was saying at the end of the last episode. It's good to see an acknowledgement of that here from Nygma himself. But yeah, that psychological compulsion he has. Brilliant performance, I must say, by again the actor. I can't remember his name. The guy who plays Nygma. Excellent stuff there. This is a character who's really come on in these last few episodes. Like the last 3 or 4 episodes, I really warmed to him, and that's quite a feat. And I think that's mostly down to the actor. Writing as well, I must say. But like early on in the season, I was really worried. Very, very worried about this character because, I've said this before, so I don't want to go over all ground. But yeah, it seemed like they were pushing the whole Riddler stuff a bit too fast. But as the season has gone on, particularly towards the end of this season, he has stood out. He's shone. Really good character now and great performance by that actor, I must say. Excellent episode, brilliant closer, really gets me psyched for season 2. Want to get straight into that. I'll give this a 5 out of 5. Is it the best of the season? I don't know, because there were a couple of episodes mid-season that were absolutely brilliant. So this is definitely top 5. Definitely top 5 of the season. But yeah. Okay, so that's the end of season 1. Now, I could go straight into season 2 next week, or I could do a season 1 wrap up. I could give you my top 5 episodes of the season if you like. Comment below, let me know, and until next time, crack in.